So, guys, welcome today for yet another webinar. And I believe we are all selling Dubai. So, it's good we have a smaller number today. And we can actually start focusing on taking questions as well from all of you. And we can make it more interactive session where we can understand like what are the pitches that you guys are doing, how is it working for you, how is it not working for you. But before we start, just want to make you understand that why exactly cold calling is one of the most important fundamentals or the things that actually realtors should be doing and should do. Okay. See, in Dubai real estate, one cold call can be worth 50,000, 80,000, or 100,000 dirhams. Okay. I have seen people make over 100,000, 200,000, even 300,000 dirhams in sales commission. And I have personally done it. But here's the problem: most realtors never see that money, not because they lack skills, they not because they lack opportunity, not because the market is slow. It's because they sound exactly like everyone else. And this is what we are going to be addressing today. See, Dubai has more than 60,000 agents, unofficially. Officially around 25,000 agents registered on DLD. And people are calling, they are touching base with similar clients where you are getting in touch with. So in first 15 20 seconds, if you don't make yourself heard differently, your voice will be lost in this space. Okay, your voice, which is a door opener actually for you, will become absolutely noise for the client. And that is the reason why we are going to be doing this presentation today, just to make you aware what exactly is cold calling, how should realtors be doing the calls today, and what exactly sells and what works and what doesn't work. Okay, so in today's, yes, so agenda is today why cold calling matters, why cold calling still works. Okay, what are the beliefs which people have in callings, why they are able to call, why they are not able to call, some success stories, what's happened, what's not happened, and questions. So this is what we are going to be going through in today's webinar. And I'm happy to take up any questions that you guys have, and we'll just take it from there. Okay, so personally, just giving you a quick bio about me: my name is Aanant Bisht. I've personally done over 6,000 calls when I came to Dubai, and cold calling really worked for me. Right now the laws are very different in Dubai. We can't go and start making calls to people unless until they have inquired with us before or they are in our list. So that kind of calling is no more allowed, and I would not encourage you to do. But for me, cold calling is almost anything which we have not touched base with the client for a period of time, and we want to basically use our time to get to reach the clients. Okay, so when I came to Dubai, I didn't know anybody. The first thing that I did was, as I got the data, I started calling, and I would do around 150, 200 calls per day initially because I didn't have anything else to do. And it was simple conversation based scripts, mindset, which was like, I am going to get through it. My intention was very clear, and I made it into a daily habit. First 2 months I did aggressive calling. After that, I did not have to call people because I built a very, very strong pipeline. From these calls itself, I've closed over 30 million from doing just cold calling. I sold one villa in Golf Place only on a cold call worth 6.5 million in 2018 end. And that resulted me in a commission of more than 380,000 dirhams. Okay, so one call can actually change your complete trajectory about what you are doing in real estate. And today's, I'm going to share certain beliefs, certain mindsets, what we engage in, why we are able to do, or probably we avoid our calls when we get into the marketplace where we want to also sell the same when what others are selling. So this is what we are going to be learning in today's webinar. Okay, so before that, just a quick background about me. My name is Aanant Bisht. I've personally sold over 200 million worth of real estate in India. I sold over 200 crores. Then I came to Dubai and I sold another 96 million here. And when I came to Dubai, I didn't know anybody. I came brand new. There was a big hype of Expo, but the market was dead in 2018. And I started picking up MR to sell my properties. And I made MR Sales Center my office, actually, Dubai Creek Harbor, where I would sit down and do most of my calls. Then I joined a brokerage, and I excelled in doing that when I started doing sales there. I have been into a complete realtor zone. After that, I've transitioned myself into a full-time coach post COVID, and I have coached several venture capitalists, top realtors, leading developers, celebrities. Right now, I'm coaching some people in the Indian cricket team, and I am basically helping realtors get to the next level. And that is why I've built up the Realtor One program, where I'm helping realtors understand what is it that they should do, what is it that they should avoid. Okay, if you get some value from this, implement it, you will learn it for yourself, if I hold any merit or not. But if you use those strategies, you will make money. The clients that I've coached in last 12, 18 months have done over 1 billion dirhams in transaction value. So the results are coming in for what I'm been coaching and what I've learned myself. Okay. So my understanding here for all of you here is the today's topic is about cold calls, how we should do calls, what is what is it that we should avoid. Okay. So the real pain point is why we are not making calls today. How many of you secretly believe that cold calling doesn't work? You can just drop in the comment chat. Like if you feel that, cold call, no, yaar, it's not for me. When people say this is something that I'm not interested to do, this is not me. I don't want to be disturbed, so I don't like to call up anybody and disturb anybody else as well. These are the things that actually go ahead and me and clients talk once and then they ghost. Okay, fine. So we're going to address all these things today. But yeah, but why do we not do calls? Okay. Anyone gives any answers? I'm happy to take up these questions. You can just put in the chat box. How many of you believe that cold calling, we should not do any calls, we should not reach out to people? Does anybody believe like this? Okay. Let's define cold calling. Cold calling is not about outbound reach to unknown clients. They are leads which were probably gone dead. They are old follow-ups, old clients which we haven't touched base for more than 3 to 6 months. Okay, this will also fall into the category of cold calls because it's a cold this thing. There is no relationship between you and the client. So when you are calling up, you're actually working to build a relationship. Okay, so this is what we are going to be addressing today. So cold calling still works, but only for agents who do it in the right way. Most agents don't do cold calling in the right way because they don't know how to do it in the right way, and 90% of your competition won't call. So there is a huge opportunity when we are talking about cold calling today. If you get good at this, you own your own pipeline, and your next big deal could be just one powerful conversation away. Okay, how many of you believe that cold calling works but you're not doing cold calling? It works. Okay, it works, but the clients ghost you. Okay, great. You believe it works, but okay, it works for me. Great. Okay, awesome. Okay, thank you for the participation. Okay, so cold calling definitely, I would say it definitely works, but why we are not able to make the most of the cold calls? Because we don't know what is right and what is wrong and what is the beliefs behind it. Okay, so in cold calling, why cold calling still works? Because it gives you an immediate feedback, like it gives you a personal connection with people. Okay, it is cost effective and it reaches offline prospects immediately because many people are still working, still into their own zone. They are probably not checking their social media. They don't remember which Instagram account did they send a DM from. And there are many overseas clients whom we can reach where many of the laws of Dubai don't exist. So we can actually reach out to them and we can touch base with them, and they are not they're in a different time zone. So we get an immediate feedback. Okay, it works with referrals, mailers, and online marketing. So whatever inbound we have got, we can reach out and then we can again touch base with them. And it's one of the most powerful prospecting tools to till date today. Okay, why most people still don't do cold call? Okay, why? Because of the beliefs. They are the silent killers. First of all, there is a lot of monkey mind in our mind. We never go with one mind. And when we don't go with one mind, we keep second guessing. What will they think? I should not call up. And anything that works, then we just start coming up. Our own fears comes up that it won't work. People will reject me. It will sound like I'm a very salesperson. I'm a realtor. I have this identity, that identity, and it's not good. So I don't want to call up people. So your beliefs stop you before the call even starts. And the second reason why we don't call is because we don't have a strategy. We don't have a plan, and we don't have the confidence. So questionnaires are missing. What do we do? How do we take up this conversation forward? So these are the reasons why we don't do calls. Okay, do you guys agree with anything else you think can be a reason why we don't call. Okay, so that all comes to strategy and plan. So if we have the plan and we have the beliefs, I think we can maneuver any question. And if we have the confidence, yes, you are nervous. Once we have the confidence, we can actually take the conversation to a different level. So this is what we are going to be discussing in today's. These are top fears which actually stop us from calling people. Fear of rejection. Okay, where we feel that no, yeah, I don't want to call anybody. Like, what if they keep saying no? So the intention is not there to have a regular story. If you have chosen to be a realtor, let me be very honest with you. This nobody told you before, or whatever was the reason why you chose to get into this field. Let me tell you something. This is a field which will give you a huge reward if your beliefs are in alignment with who you really want to be. When you have total clarity about yourself, it will exactly reflect in your bank account. If you will not have clarity, why are you in this field? And you keep hiding behind these beliefs. I don't want people to reject me, or I'm not that guy, or I never wanted to get into a real estate because I'm going to, people are going to put a phone. If you have all of these things, you will not be able to do calling, and you will not be able to do the sales that you want to do. You have to let go of all that. This is all monkey mind. You are all thinking two three things. You can keep visualizing in the morning, but sales will not happen because your identity is not fixed. You are not consistent with the activity because your beliefs are not there. You want to make the money, but you are not all in. You are just thinking that I want that kind of commissions, I want to make millions, I'm here for the money, but the work which needs to be done, that is what we lack, because we are not all in. We are still waiting that somehow the sales happen, but I don't want to work for it, or it'll happen by luck. Oh, that guy got it by luck, so I should also get it by luck. And these fears are all actually holding us sabotage to that. Okay, so these are the fears of rejection, fears of sounding like a salesperson, fear of not knowing what to say. How many of you relate with this? Okay, fear of disturbing people. And one of the biggest beliefs, believe that cold calling doesn't work for me, or cold calling doesn't work at all nowadays. It was a thing of the past. If you are going to get in with these kind of beliefs, these kind of thought processes, then this cold calling will not work for you. How many of you visualize a boring Tuesday or a boring Wednesday rather than one damn deal happening, and we're signing the contract and wow man, it's all party time now. See, we are realtors. Our work here is to be consistent. The manifestation has to be boring days when we are doing deals, when we are getting on a call consistently. It doesn't matter. This is who we want to become. The goal is hard work. The goal is to do the deals consistently. The goal is not about that one deal which happens at one time. Because if that is going to be the goal, then we will not be able to do it consistently. And if you want to make 2 million, 3 million consistently in a year, it will not happen for you, because your goal becomes the product. So I'm doing X to get Y. The goal is to do X so well that it automatically becomes a byproduct. Money will become a byproduct for you. The goal is to really focus on yourself, to understand what is it, how can I help the client? And if I am going to reach him to get the listings for the property that he wants to sell, or I can reach out to him because he has a problem and I think I can solve that problem, then we are in the right direction. We will be able to help him. And if you will go with the calls with that intent, rather than an intent that I want to make somehow I just sell him on the phone, it's just not going to happen. So the intention of calling is very important. And these are the beliefs which actually holds us back when we are creating that kind of intent. So if you guys resonate with this kind of beliefs, you can drop in. I'll suggest you how we can change those beliefs as well. But these are some of the top beliefs and fears. And then we all have our own signature fingerprint. We all are different. We have a different way how we think about different things. So if you have any of these, we can take it in the end in questions where I'll address these. How do we move forward for it? Okay, one of the things also which I've not mentioned here is the fear of being judged. That fear not only blocks us in terms of doing cold calls, but it also blocks us in do creating content, creating, shooting videos, connecting with people. Okay, see, understand something. Fear of judgment is something we all have to overcome. If we don't overcome the fear of judgment, we will not be able to do the best justice of work what we can do as a realtor. Dubai market has huge opportunities, but these fears are something which is a big leak to your commissions. Okay, so one thing we have addressed here, we are looking at two address. First, we are talking about beliefs, why people don't do cold calls, and second about strategy, because we don't know what to say, what to do. That is the reason why we are not doing cold calls. Okay, so coming to the next part, so we're just discussing beliefs, and now we're discussing some scripts and some strategies. Okay, so most realtors don't call people because they don't know what should be the strategy, like what should I tell the client. Okay, and they talk to a client like a monologue. Hey, I'm Anant and I'm calling from XYZ company. Uh, and Khalas, they're not interested. Why are you calling? Like, how am I interested if you're calling from XYZ company? Okay, they are game here is about how am I going to solve their pain point. So influence, we will not be able to influence the client. We will not be able to get onto the door if we don't interrupt his pattern, if we don't stand out, and if we don't ring a bell in his mind. And if we are not going to do this, we will not be able to make the cold call work for us. Okay, whoever asks the question controls the conversation. So I'll answer these, but I'll just tell you what happened. When I came to Dubai, everyone used to call up people, and I would also call up people. I joined the agency, and every day I would start making calls. We would call up people. For people who are here, I joined a company with the name of DNB Properties. In 2018, it was a company which was doing the most number of sales for MR, and they were a small handful team at that time. We were around 12 or 13 agents and almost doing a sales of 900 million for only MR. So I was one of them, and we would sit down and we would start calling, and we would get leads as well from the company. And I would first initially I started calling. I would like, why should somebody listen to me? What is it that I should say so that I can immediately start having a direct interaction with the clients. So this was my pitch. This is what I would do when I would call up people. So if I would call up Peter, I would call up, hi Peter, it's me, Anand. Uh, sometime back you inquired for a property with Imar, and I'm a specialist for Imar properties. We had a word a few days back. You were looking for a property. If I may understand, you were looking for a villa or an apartment. And generally, I would build up a call like this, and the focus things for me would be, "Hi, it's me, Anand," rather than, "Hey, Peter." Um,
Right.
Hello, is it Mr. Peter? And uh, I'm calling from XYZ property. Did you inquire from? And they said, no, we don't inquire. So rather than putting that, I'll come to the scripts as well, where we'll take up the scripts. But this is how I would get into the calls, and I would make it simple and I would make it fast, just so that my monkey mind doesn't come in, where I'm double thinking myself that whether I should even do a call to him or not. Okay, yeah. How are you generally would say, I would say, Irfan, that how are you? I would use, but I'll come to the questions part. And so there is no perfect script of calling people. We have to get into the energy of the other person and get into his world to understand how do we open the doors for him. But I'm going to give you certain scripts which I have used. Let's see if that helps you in any which way. It helped me, but I'll come and answer those things. Okay, so I want to lead whoever asked. So I would ask a lot of questions in my call. So I would generally frame my scripts according to the questions. So I would not wait for him to answer, like, how are you? And then just stop. And because the how are you question never actually gets an answer. So I would generally get say, you were looking for a villa or an apartment? And then I would just wait. It was a villa, but who am I speaking with? It's me, Anand. You had a word with me some time back. You were looking for a property. He said, no, I don't remember. He said, I think my colleague gave me the number. I don't know. You must have had a word with one of my colleagues. Just so that I understand you better. Were you looking to? Are you still looking to buy a property with Imar? And if he would be, he would say yes or no. But that is one of the ways I would get in, because I was selling off plan. Okay. So we want to ask a lot of questions, and we would want to make these questions something very, very powerful. So one of the most powerful things that I learned in sales was about the question was the most powerful thing that I learned in sales was I don't know, because this is something which no salesperson says. 99% of the salespeople never say this. Okay. It's like somebody says, hey, how much is that apartment for? 90% people will say this apartment for this price, this is price, this, and they'll just start talking. The answer to your question would be, how much is that apartment for? I don't know. Like, are you looking to move in now, or are you looking to, buy it now and move in later? Like, what is it for you? And now we immediately turn the question to the client. Whoever holds or asks the question controls the conversation. I don't know is one of the ways where you can actually turn anything which comes to you and absolutely turn it around, and you start leading the conversation. So when is the handover for this? How much is this? How much discount can I get? Like, you have all these questions from the buyer, and you can all start with, I don't know, and turn that whole question around and start asking questions to the client, so that you are in control of the conversation. And if you have done the invisible influence program, you know how to echo, you know how to influence the client and build immediate rapport with him. So if you start changing these things, immediately start things will start changing. Okay, try this to find out. So it says, should I buy it in Palm, or if you're selling villas, if you're selling off plan, you can take out different stories. Should I buy in Marina or a business bay? Should I mean, like, you have all these questions which the client can ask you. Start with, I don't know. I don't know. There itself is a big pattern interrupt.
Well, I don't know. I need to understand more.
Naveed, we'll come to the question. So I don't know exactly. This is exactly what you did right now. I don't know. I need to understand better. Yeah, it's right. You don't know. We will answer that question for you, Naveed. Okay. Okay. And plus, if you guys have done the invisible influence, then again, it all helps you. If anyone who has done the modules on invisible influence, then you know what is echoing. Because the moment they say, Anand, actually, I was, so for example, I would take them on a sales center, and I would, show them the model, and, we present them, this is the property which is coming up, and they say, hey, how much is this for? And, we give the answer, and but they say, okay, do you think it's a good, is this the best property to buy? So, I don't know. Like, what exactly are you looking for? Are you looking to move in now or for future? And then we do these fact finding questions with them. And whatever we say, we listen with 100% intent. We learn what they are saying, and whatever they say, we are going to echo it back to them in the same format they said. And when we echo back, we build immediate rapport with them. So if they say, hey, Anant, actually, I wanted to buy something for my daughter, and she's the one who wanted to always come to Dubai, but she's busy. So I thought I'll just come in here, have a look, and probably finalize a unit with her. And they say, I would listen. And then I would say, so what you are saying is that, you wanted to buy a property for your daughter, and she's busy with her work, so you wanted to take that. Yeah, 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 Anant, yeah. Okay, this is how we build the rapport, and then we take the conversation further. And anything we understand which we don't understand, and you want to just flip it. So we have to ask a lot of questions. Coming back to the whole perspective of calling. Okay, not going into the sales pitch right now. Okay, I don't know if this property is perfect for you yet. Let's figure out what you're really looking for. Okay, I don't know. Create space for a real conversation. Actually, okay, I don't know opens many doors. Don't believe me, try this. Try it in your next conversation, and when we meet up next week on a different webinar, you can let me know whether you tried this or not, and did it make sense for you. Because you will only get value from it or sense from it if you use these things. Okay, start with, I don't know, ask them questions, echo them, think back, discover their pain points, take it further to the, go deeper in the conversation, ask about their value and reason why they're buying, and then match all of that through echoing about what is it that we want to sell, and propose a property which solves all their pain points, and the possibility of you selling them will become almost 50% more than what it is. And that is what the edge we are looking for, because 90% of the agents are not going to do this. They're just going to keep hammering the phone. You should buy this, this property will be sold, buy this now, buy this now. They just keep doing this. Okay, so try this and let me know what is the feedback. Okay, so don't sell, ask questions, lead with curiosity, not with a sales pitch. Okay, ask, don't tell, listen, don't push. Okay, ask thoughtful questions, like, just so that I understand you better. I hope you guys have done the softeners, like, have you used the softeners? Anyone would like to give a feedback on this? The softeners that we've discussed in the um, in last calls as well, and probably in the module. If you've been able to use those softeners, did you? What was the kind of a differentiation have you felt?
Actually, I used Just Curious,
Okay.
just out of curiosity, to sometimes ask about at what price they sold a particular property, just to get
Okay.
an insight. Maybe not through me, but to somebody else, the deal just happened. So if you ask
Okay.
them like, using without the softener, they'll be like, oh, I can't disclose it, it's private. But then when you're just curious, they're like, yeah, I sold it for this much, and they're okay.
Okay. So so what you're saying is that you use the softener just curious, and that
Correct.
you found it softening their way of answering the question.
Yeah, correct. So I mean, I was working on that property, and they didn't. It happened through some other agent. So then, the next time I called to just check if it's still available, he said it's gone. I said, like just out of curiosity, just curious, can you tell me at what price you sold it off?
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for sharing on that. Okay. So softwares make a lot of difference. So for example, if someone would ask you, how much did you make in last 6 months? You say, why should I tell you, man? It can be offensive. But the moment you say, with a softener, if I may ask you, how much did you make in last 6 months? Now it doesn't feel very offensive, intruding, and you are almost compelled to answer this question. Even if you don't want to say it, you say, I don't want to say it, but the tone will be very different. Why? Because you're using softness, and these are all again questions. This is not something, you're not giving a statement, you're still a question, but with a softener. And you can add multiple softeners in it. Okay, like if I may, what has been your experience with other agents been? Okay, it's like Adnan, you are selling palm, and when you meet customers, they are generally sellers who are looking to sell their properties. Okay, you find different sellers. So how do you separate them? How do you separate yourself versus other sellers? Again, series of softness which go in. Okay, so we've been working together for some time now. Can you share an experience, like what changed after using the softeners and without using the softeners?
Yes, so actually, with regards to the softeners, if you can always ask about the other agents they've given the listing to. If I may ask you, on what criteria did you give the listing to that particular other agent? So then they are a little more open that, okay, maybe they had a past relationship with that agent. That's why, or something, because especially we ask, I mean, we had to ask these kind of questions when they're giving it to agents who are not the palm specialists. So, and if it's exclusive, we are unnecessarily being forced to kind of give up on commission to somebody who's not going to work on that property. But like when you use a softener, then in a little bit of time, maybe like a week or so, they understand, and maybe they will not to take it away from that agent, but they will terminate the exclusivity and say that, okay, we can give you also one listing to basically work on the property. Uh, so yeah, so basically, if they've given the exclusivity or something to an agent who's not a palm agent, maybe they had a very good experience with that agent on some other property. But when we use like, if I may ask you on based on what criteria you gave the exclusivity to that agent, and also we along with that we put forward that we have been working in the palm for the last 15 years, and
Mm-hmm.
these are the villas which we have sold. So then they are a little more open that if I may ask, in 1 week's time, would you consider maybe adding on one more agent to work on your property? So they'll be a little more open. They may not do it immediately, but later after a week or so, they won't terminate the other guy, but they'll at least get agreeable to work with others.
Okay, and when it comes to cold calling, okay, have you tried these softeners?
Yes. So actually, I'm not doing much for outbound sales, but I'm trying them because we call for getting inventory. So it generally sounds because these people are anyways quite busy and getting a lot of calls. So using these softeners and also giving a short introduction that, not wasting their time. We are farm agents and I exactly know their property and all its specs. So then they kind of, open up and say whatever is clearly on their mind.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Adnan. We're going to go with a couple of scripts here as well, with respect to what we are going to be doing. So what we are going to be doing here. Okay. So I would like you to write these hypnotic words. If you use them, let me know your feedback if you felt a difference in using them. If not, what was the reason? Okay. I'm here to address that. So action steps to transform your calls: lead every call with a question, not a pitch. Use at least three, four, so you can, jumble up and actually stack one hypnotic over the another. Okay, and every conversation can be with understanding about where the conversation is getting led, so you can ask them questions and echo it and take it in that direction. Okay, and practice it. Okay, remember, words don't open doors themselves. Question closes doors and deals. So if you want to really get into doing extremely good in terms of calling and building a rapport with the client on the phone, then understand you are just entering his world. And the way you enter his world is by opening the door and asking a series of questions, building rapport, echoing correctly, and then you can almost sell him as if you were meeting him in person and having that conversation with him. Okay, so this is what I would recommend you to do. So key takeaways, what I would like to say about the cold call is that cold call actually works if you do it in the correct way. You have to address your fears, and become more confident that why is the cold calling working. Use real conversation, not just sales pitches. And consistency actually is the key for cold calling to work for you. You can't do cold call for 2 days and then expect, why didn't I get a sale? It doesn't happen like this. You need to become consistent with calling like 15, 20, 30 people every day. And if I would say that, you call up 200 people and you will make 200,000 dirhams, how many of you would be willing to do the calls? Okay, we will do, most of us will do the calls, right? But when we don't get that thing, we don't know that, we are going to get out of the call, so the mindset goes, yeah, it doesn't work, yeah, it's not going to happen. Oh, these people, everybody's calling them, it doesn't work, we are not getting good leads. And then, we get into the whole pattern of self-doubting, self-analyzing ourselves. Okay, so this is what I would suggest. First of all, for cold calling, set out half an hour every day, set up an alarm in your phone, and it's non-negotiable. Like if you're a realtor, don't think about it, this is a fun part, it's the way you take it. Get your list ready, get your scripts ready. If you're selling for a specific property, you can do a self analysis on chat gpt. There are so many AI modules which we can use, which we can help you with the scripts, so you know exactly what you can specifically talk about the USP of it. If you're selling something very high end, like some of you are, if you're selling high end villas or high end apartments or high end properties, then you do a little bit of research on the person you're calling up. Okay, and then you start tracking them as well. So if there is an old client and, we know that on their LinkedIn there are certain updates, just do a little bit of background. You will be surprised if you just know just a little bit more about them than anybody else. Okay, and this will be the game changer for you, because that one conversation can lead into a totally different story for yourself. Okay, so get into that. And when you are picking up the phone and when you are actually calling up, don't think don't think when the bell is ringing on the other side, because the moment the bell rings and the guy doesn't pick up, and you pick up the next call and the guy doesn't ring up, and the third guy picks up and just hangs the phone, and 90% people's motivation is down the drain. Hey, this calling doesn't work, it's not good enough, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it after some time, I did for 1 hour, I spoke to just two people. Okay, but I did for 1 hour. Okay, this is not going to happen. 20 calls means 20 conversations every day. That's it. If you can consistently do it for 1 month, you will be surprised how you will start getting feedbacks. Second of all, when we are able to, so some of the ways that I can suggest you to call is, if you're calling up for listings, position yourself differently. Don't position yourself high, high. So for example, if I'm calling Adnan, I would not say, hi Adnan, you have a property in City Walk, and would you want to sell your property? And Adnan says, no, I don't want to, and he's going to hang up. This is what 90% agents are going to do. So you start with the proof first. Hi Adnan, it's me Anant. We are specialist of Miras and City Walk, and we are the ones who are doing the most number of sales units. Just wanted to check with you. You have a unit there. Are you in the market? You want to sell the units because some of the clients are looking for the exact floor plan that you have. If you are interested, I can probably get you, run some offers with you, but I don't know if you are interested. Are you? And hold. He says, no, Anant, I'm not looking for it now. Where did you get my number? I mean, like, so many things can come up. Okay. And then the way you answer those questions is again with a question. So you answer that and then you again add a question to it in the end. Okay. So these are all scripts that, we will be doing in a paid workshops that we are starting up with. But I'm just giving you some idea about how exactly you are framing it. Majority of the people are doing it wrong. So just do this correctly and you will see the difference. Getting the listings. Hi, Adnan. It's me, Anant. I had a word with you some time back. You were not giving me an exclusive listing. Actually, we had one of the clients who wanted to have a look at the unit, but it was with another agent and we don't work with other agents. Is it okay if we can directly reach out to the client? And then you build some trust and then you say, hey, that client didn't go through it. And you call him 2 weeks more just to showcase that you are interested in him, and then take his exclusive listing because the other agent is not putting that effort. He doesn't know that you're putting the effort or not. How you are communicating with the client will help you get that exclusive listing because he feels that you are working actively in the marketplace. That is what is going to get him the confidence that you are the right agent for this property. So if these things are going to be taken into consideration, you will see a huge jump in what you're doing. And also, I want to emphasize the fact enough that if you are selling everything in Dubai, trust me, you will not be able to make the money because you will not know about the property, about the project that you're marketing, about the things that you're selling. So I very strongly endorse become a specialist. Don't be a generalist. Nobody cares if you know everything, if you know something about everything. People care a damn. People care a lot if you are a specialist for one thing only, because that one thing only is required. Properties are still being made and still being sold. You are not the one selling it because you are selling everything. So if you are a specialist in the new project which is just getting handed over and you are doing calls for that, you will have more distinction. So if somebody says, okay, how do you say I'm somebody's intelligence? Say, this is the phone, what does it do? It does calls. Okay, the other guy says, hey, this is the phone, it is a smartphone, it has got so many inches of screen, it has got this functionality, and it is comes in 4 colors. Now the other person is more intelligent just because he's able to differentiate more than the other agent. Okay, so yes, be the area specialist. That's exactly what I'm saying, Irfan. So when you're calling up, you say, hey, I'm a specialist for MR properties, I'm a specialist for Dubai Hills, I'm a specialist for XYZ, and then you add up. Okay, so that will start making a lot of difference. And when I'm saying I would call up, I would say, hey, it's me, Anant. It becomes a very personal touch rather than saying, hello, is it Mr. Adnan? I am Anant speaking from this company. And I'm like, gone. In 10 seconds, I've lost the client. Please try this once and let me know how was the experience. Okay. Hi, it's me, Adnan. 6 months back, we went for a viewing and unfortunately we couldn't find the right property for you. I just wanted to check with you. I hope you're well. And are you still in the market for looking something, or like, have you already decided something? Or have you already zeroed in on something? I just want to just check with you because your number just came on my list and I thought I'll just quickly just give you a call. Is that okay? I mean, like, it's not intrusive. This is something how we build relations. Okay, so these are the key takeaways. Cold calling works when it is done with the right approach. So go with the right intent. Address your fears before. Go with single mind. Don't be a monkey mind. Don't think. Don't second guess yourself. Okay, be consistent, and you just need consistency. If you want, I'll share a PDF in the group about what is it that you should be doing in terms of calling. So calling now, following up in 2 days, and then following up in 2 weeks and in 1 month. Okay, this is something that you can build up. You can also start putting things in your CRM. If you guys are not using CRM, please start using CRM. Otherwise, all the effort that you will be putting in the month of November, that will be wasted when you will be in February or March. Because whatever work that you are doing, how are you going to utilize that work? When you are able to track the discussions, the meetings, the conversations that you've had with the client today. Because the world is moving very fast. You think you remember, but you don't. That diary will be lost. That notes will be lost. Don't make this mistake. That is hundreds and thousands of dirhams worth of commission getting lost because you don't know when to reach out to the client next. He says, I'm coming to Dubai next month. I'll get in touch with you then. Next month, you call him up. Hi, it's me, Anant. Like, we had a word 2 weeks back. You were planning to come to Dubai. Are you in Dubai? No, Anand, I couldn't make it. Why? What happened? My son was about to come to pick me up. Oh, your son was about to come to pick you up. Okay, but what happened then? All right, so when are you coming? Cool. So this is how we start following up. This is how we start structuring ourselves. So get up a CRM, do those structures, and you will see the difference. What I'm talking about. Okay. For people who are asking me, when are we starting with a paid workshop or some kind of a workshop where they are looking to really focus and build themselves into a business, I have launched a million dirham club where we are just onboarding 21 realtors. I will be personally working with you to changing your beliefs. You don't have to take affirmations or visualization. I will be psychically identifying your beliefs, changing your beliefs, okay, giving you a complete subconscious upgrade, build your identity according to how you want it, and then we match it with the activity that we are going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis. So we will have two private calls, we will have two master classes only with these 21 people where we'll be doing role plays, and we'll be going through deeper scripts, like which area to focus on, how should we focus on, what should be the beliefs, and what are the beliefs that we should change, okay, so that you are able to at least do 500,000 dirhams in 120 days. Okay, so we have already launched this program. I'm asked my team to put a link in the group, and in here, if you are interested to make 500,000 dirhams in next 4 months, we are going to be kick starting this program. Fill up the form and apply. Someone from my team is going to reach out to you. He's going to book a call with you. If you qualify, we will be happy to onboard you. This is just for 21 people, so don't wait. We've already started getting signups for this. This will be gone out very soon. So this is going to immediately change all those beliefs that you have about rejection, about fears, about how do I look about deals, and is making 200,000 dirham on the phone. What do you think about it? So is it a belief? Is it a thought? So I'm going to check it for you, and I'm going to let it out for you. Okay. So I'll just so I've been working with Adnan for some time, and Adnan in last 2 years have done over 600 million worth of sales in the Palm and the luxury villas that he sold, both off plan and secondary market. So I've been changing Adnan's beliefs. I think we've changed like 1,000 belief plus about how it has gone in last 2 months regarding the sales. So I'll just take 2 minutes and just hear it from Adnan. Adnan, like, tell me something about how is the program, like how does the belief change happen, and what are the kind of changes you felt?
Yeah, exactly. So, even in the past, like I'd already discussed with you, I had fantastic opportunities, but I never, took advantage of them. Like in 2015, 16, I was a part of the company that transitioned from IPF real estate to Ellington. And I was literally, one glass partition away from the owners of Ellington. But I never was able to leverage that platform for my personal growth and, selling myself. Whereas here, after the starting this belief work, I was able to again, I mean not again, I was able to build up my personal brand on the social media platforms to uh, instill a confidence in the client that okay, this guy, what he's talking is credible, and he has a track record to back himself. So it's like not just words, he can be researched, on Google, and his claims can be verified that what he has said, he has documented. So that's where after the sale, I started actually making videos with that same property with a small kind of twist to make it also informative as well as a bit like, comic for the buyer to enjoy the videos. And after these, actually, the new buyers, I'm sure
How
they're
did you get
checking
the
out
confidence
those.
to make it? Yeah, I mean, like I know this is all like entertaining people is good, but how did they get the
True.
confidence? Because before, like, I don't want to make any of this thing. I go on a camera and my whole brain, you know.
Yeah, nothing. I used to only have ideas off camera. When the camera would come, ideas are gone to zero and not able to, anymore talk it out or freely speak what's on the mind. Or even if speaking, I would always feel that the take which I gave is not a good take, and I would end up deleting it, like, and not posting it. But
Mhm.
after the identification of those beliefs and changing them, I've lost basically that inhibition is gone. I've uh, it doesn't come in my mind that the take which I gave is in any way faulty. Okay,
Hmm.
This is what I
Awesome.
could do. I don't have any more time. I need to get it live.
Okay. So I think so this is when it comes here. Okay, thank you for sharing this, Adnan. This comes in when actually you change your belief because you're not thinking about
Yes,
that what is wrong. You're only
correct.
thinking this is right now.
So
This is
basically, the time on thinking which was wasted, that is gone, and that thinking is replaced by action.
okay. So this is exactly the same thing about what Adnan is talking about personal branding. Is the same thing about cold calling as well. It's the same thing when we're not picking up the phone and calling people. Hey, I don't want to call him. No, 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 not now. I'll do it later on. These are all beliefs. You are just second guess. Just pick up that damn phone and just call up. Okay, so let's do this. I'm open to take any questions. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions for you. You can, just unmute yourself and ask questions. Yeah. Yes, Sanu, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, actually, I just need to know that, like, while calling, I just missed that topic where you discussed while calling, which is the best way to describe ourselves, like, to get a
So what
person in touch with.
what are you calling for?
For for selling the townhouses, like whether they want to sell. Yeah.
Okay, so so just so I understand you better, what you are saying is you're calling for getting the listings of the property, or you are calling the old leads which you got from the property finder or Bayou, or what exactly are you doing? Just so that I understand you.
Both, for both.
For both. Okay. So
For
for
both, yeah.
so what we've done is, so there are different things. Like if you're getting into the secondary, there are different ways to call. We've discussed certain ways, how you should position it. One of the things that you could definitely say is I don't know. Okay, this is something that you can imbibe. Second are the hypnotic commands. Have you gone through the invisible influence program, Sanu?
No.
Okay, please go through that program. There's a detailed, 6 7 modules which are there. Learn, just go through that. It'll just change many things for you. Opening and closing, we can all learn it. I can tell you 20 ways to get attention from people, but if you don't know the foundation about how do you build that conversation, you will not be able to get that attention into money or attention into lead. Okay, so my very strong suggestion, take out 2 hours, go through the modules, you'll get a lot of value from it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer that question in the next upcoming webinar on Friday.
Sure, yeah.
All right, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
I want to ask one question.
Yes, Deepa. So
Yeah,
can you give
hi.
me
How are you?
background about you? What exactly are you doing and how long are you selling real estate, just so that I know where you're coming from?
I'm into real estate from 1.5 years, and
Okay.
before that, I was an immigration sales manager. But loved, I just wanted to shift to something else. So
Okay.
that's what's the plan. And other than that, actually, I have been through your module, and I just have like one or two questions. Like when you work into off plan specifically, okay,
Mhm.
you're not into secondary, you don't want to sell secondary, and you're working specifically for off plan. So you told us, like you were saying that you have to stick to one niche. Like say for
Mhm.
example, if you are for specifically, say for an EMAR, or
Mhm.
just one developer, or either
Mhm.
one area, okay, where
Mhm.
people will get to know you, what exactly is your specialty. But how do you do that when you're working into off plan, especially because obviously people want to see you in different with different developers as well, and different they want to check out different properties also. So what will be that, like what will be the idea on that?
Okay. Deepa, so I'll answer this question to you. The way you are looking at real estate is with the eyes of a buyer, or with eyes of your colleagues, or with eyes of your own self who wants to kill it in the market.
Yeah.
If you want to look at with your own eyes who want to make a killing in the marketplace, don't worry about opinions of others, because that is anyways not going to matter
Right.
eventually. Okay, you
Right.
need to go in full swing with your conviction that I have to sell 30 units in 2026, make over 2 million dirhams. That's it. Now, if you have to
Okay.
sell only 30 units,
Yeah.
you can sell it only with Imar
True.
or Shobha or whatever project you want to do. Because if you think that you are going to sell more than that, it will become an illusion for you.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you look at other people's ideas, oh yeah, what will he think? My manager, he's saying, oh, you don't know about this reportage, or you don't know about this, Aldar, and this was the hottest launch. It got sold, but you were not there. But because I'm not here, I am not a specialist of Aldar. I am focused
True.
on the next launch on Imar. I am going to create content every day for 3 hours. I am going to send 50 DMs every day. I'm going to put 100 dirhams on advertisement and create leads and talk to people. I'm going to create my pipeline. I'm going to be focused. I would want to learn with the developer every day. What are they doing? I'm going to look at the other clients who are buying. What are these clients look like? And I'm going to see, okay, these are the kind of clients I want. Okay, fine. And then my manifestation, everything will all work. Because if
True.
you will keep jumping guns, you will not. I would just sit in a sales center and I would just look at people. Oh, these are the people who buy MR. Okay, nice. I'll sell it to them. So if you have to just sell 30 units, one building which is launched has more than 400 apartments, plus minus 10%. Am I right, Adnan? 300 apartments.
True, true. In fact, I think this Vasal has just launched the new project. Total is 1100 apartments.
If you sell 30 apartments, khalas, you're done, yeah. So if you're a specialist for, why
True.
do you need to go anywhere else? Have I answered your question?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Hi, Anand. This is Seema.
Yeah, hi, Seema.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Go ahead.
Well, so this question is basically for my team members. They are also in the conversation. I mean, in the meeting actually. So sometimes they ask me, "How do you cope up? You know, people are rejecting. They are just saying no to me on my faces. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. My head is, spinning around. What to do?" So, I mean, I want you to answer them because I answered as per my understanding. But
So, so,
maybe
so just so that I understand you, Seema, like if I could understand you better or your questions better, like people are getting rejected or they're getting ghosted, the realtors are getting ghosted. What is the
yeah,
if you could give me one or two scenarios just so that I understand you?
I will ask the guy to speak to you. He's there in the meeting. Tanish.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
I'm good.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you well,
So
Tanish.
yeah, I joined, I am working under her, so I joined her team 4, 5 months back and got a couple of leads started. Took me 2 months to start my, what do you say, social media and everything. Got leads, but they fell off. They were like, we don't have the finances right now. Something happened, this and that. So yeah, it was very difficult, or it is very difficult for me to cope up right now. I just can't move on from that.
And how long have you been in the market so far, Tanish?
Yeah, 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. For five
So, so
months.
what, so what you're saying, Tanish, is that you've been in the market for 5 months and you've got a couple of leads. You just started with social media 2, 3 months back, and you're not able to cope up once the clients are saying that they don't have the budget or they're not ready to move forward. Is that what your question is?
They were ready to move forward. I nurtured them, gave them everything, went to the office as well, but
What were you selling?
I was selling Dugasta to them.
Dogasta. Okay.
Yeah, so they were interested with the 10% that they were getting.
Okay.
So, but didn't land up well.
Okay. So you're not able to move forward with another deals. What is the problem?
I'm just in my head from the past week that I just can't get it out of my head that what has
Okay.
happened, what is happening, what am I doing wrong, or should I change, or should I seriously don't know.
Okay. Okay. So that's a different discussion altogether. But then let me just clear a couple of things for you, Tanisha. First things, selling real estate is not easy. If you're coming with this mindset, you have to go all in. There is no way you are going to make it work if you're going to have a second thoughts about this. Okay. Second thing, so how do you want to get all in? You need to get all in by choosing one developer, getting into it, becoming a total specialist, creating content only on that project, giving so many differentiation which nobody else can give it in the marketplace, calling the fears of the client. Why should they invest? Is Bangalore a good investment or Dugasta a good investment? Is XYZ a good investment or this a good investment or wherever you are from? And you can create multiple differentiation and you keep creating content on that basis. See what happens. How does Instagram work? Because most of the agents get their leads from Instagram today. Okay. So Instagram works in a way where the moment you come up with a question, where a client comes and says, okay, I'm interested in this project, at that time itself, Instagram starts showing more ads to the same person. So immediately you got 4 5 competition even before the lead is generated. Are you with me, Tanish, on this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so now what happens? You have suddenly got competition, but because you don't have more differentiation than other people, you will not stand out. And if you don't stand out, you will not be able to do the deal. And then it'll all come back to, sir, I'll give you 4% cashback. Please work with me.
I get it. I get that. Yeah.
The game here is about learning the game. Okay, my very strong suggestion is: have you done the invisible influence mastery program that I've done? I've created.
No,
No, no,
Anant,
this
he
is
have
my first
recently
session.
joined actually. Like
Okay,
Yani, I just asked him to join today because of the cold calling session.
okay.
Because he when he do cold calling, so he get a lot of rejections and a lot of negative comments actually, which put him down. So that's why I wanted him to join actually today.
So the idea is basically becoming a specialist. Like calling is secondary. First, understand what you're going to call about and what is going to be
Exactly.
the script. Hi, it's me Tanish. I'm a specialist for properties in Dubai, and I'm an off-plan specialist for Dugasta properties. And we are promoting one of the best properties right now, which investors are actually flocking in. I just wanted to check with you. You are XYZ working in XYZ company, and I just wanted to check with you, like, why is it that you want to invest in Dubai? And the question starts with there, like, just so that I understand you better, like, is it like for investments, or are you looking for a long term capital gain, or you want to move to Dubai? Like, what exactly are you looking for? Get their problems. And then once you answer those questions, because of the knowledge that you have, asking them questions, understanding their pain points, you can bridge up any answer, and you can sell almost any property. Okay, so that I would suggest first go through that invisible influence program. You'll get a lot of value and understanding in that, and we'll take it next week. So there'll be one more webinar we are doing. I'm doing webinars every week. Next webinar is on Friday. I'll tell you the time. It's 31st. Otherwise, we are just keeping it on every Saturday 5 p.m. All right, so I'll take up any questions that comes up in the next call. Okay, anybody else has any questions? I hope, Seema, I've answered your question.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a good weekend, and I'll catch up with you next Friday. See you, Adnan. See you
See you
shortly.
guys. See
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Bye,
See
bye,
you.
Peter.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome.